Carolyn in Nova Scotia, and a happy birthday going out to Ted Shaughnessy in the DR right now for 3 weeks. Happy birthday to you.
Casey just joined, and 7 Days in
Paradise. That's Heather.
Good morning.
David. Anyway, good morning, all.
Good morning.
Today in this video, we're going to be discussing some of these topics.
Yeah, I thought it would be easier if we started with the topics because then you could know what to expect throughout the chat.
Totally. So today we're just going to quickly talk about another fire in Veradero and an earthquake, our Sunwing partnership, and a wish list.
Yes.
Solo travel, tipping, the Patreon page, merchandise, Trinidad, heading to Holgan in subscribers and original subscribers.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. And I just want to ask, does the audio and the video look good? If you could just give us one of those, then we know.
Thumbs up in the chat or something. Good morning, Lori. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Hi.
And then at the very end of this, before we sign off, I just want to, I really want to hear from people. We want to hear from people actually right now, where you're from, your name, where you're from, and the temperature. That would actually be good.
Yeah, the temp. Ted, you just joined us, but we just wished you a happy birthday. So happy birthday to you.
Ted Shaughnessy is like an OG.
He's an OG.
And that's why we actually, at the end of this, we want to create a little spreadsheet of people that have been with us for more than 2 years, because like that's original actually. So we want to collect all that data.
Awesome.
Anyway, so where are we starting?
Well, we are just mentioning briefly the fire and the earthquake. We're acknowledging that Cuba has had some struggles yesterday and last night, and we really don't have much more than that. It sounds like the earthquake did not really affect them. It was out or more in the Caribbean Ocean or something like that.
Yeah, totally. And and the fire, I did touch base with someone in the Cuba Tourism Board, and they said the fire is actually coming from a garbage dump. So I was told.
You were told that. There's lots of information out there.
But anyway.
Stephanie's saying she has been with us from the start. Thank you, Stephanie.
Okay, so we have people. Kevin
20.
Is out in Saskatchewan. Feels like -24. Ashley, Winnipeg, -20.
Yeah.
Who else do we have here?
Ottawa, -10. That's Alexis. Casey, -10.
Nova Scotia, -4. Markham, Ontario, -5. Cobalt, -12. Curtis, -6. Welland, -4. Oh my gosh. We feel the pain in Ontario. That's why we go to Cuba.
Hey, Evie Fisher. Good morning to you from Thailand.
Oh yeah. It's our daughter. Windsor, -3. That's Ted. Okay. So let's dive into this. We're starting off with our Sunwing sponsorship. Partnership. Partnership.
Yes. Let's get it straight.
Now we can actually talk about it.
Yeah.
Because some of these things take a little while. And I went down, I had a meeting with Sunwing a couple of days ago, and we are really excited just to be able to do this, to create more content for all of us.
Yes.
And that's what the partnership really means. For us, I get to keep my original voice. I get to go to more places, and not only resorts, maybe excursions.
Yeah. Maybe
different parts of the Caribbean, not just Cuba.
Not just Cuba. That was a big one for us.
And also about this partnership is Jenny's coming too.
I am.
The downfall is, thanks, Charlie. The downfall is this weekend, I'm actually flying out, and there's a lot going on with Jenny in her work, and she couldn't come down.
No.
But Sunwing, they were going to fly her out on a Thursday and fly her back on a Sunday.
Yeah, they were super flexible with me.
Sunwing is super flexible with us. And I just want to say a really big thanks to the marketing team at Sunwing for all of us coming together and bringing working together on this, because that's a big organization. And I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So a couple of things with our partnership. So you're going to see me create my own videos.
Yeah. So finding fish is finding fish.
That's right.
But
you might hear me talk slightly about Sunwing in my videos, right?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm at a property that Sunwing has actually sent me to.
Yeah.
And also for Sunwing, I'm creating content for their platforms. They have TikTok, they have Reels, they have Facebook pages, and they have their own channel. So I might just go down and create some content for them to do what they want, and for us to both promote that, because they want to promote not just Cuba, but they do want to promote Cuba, but other areas like I just spoke about.
Yeah.
Sunwing is also kind of launching a new tier system that's going to help all of us. And it's called Sunwing's Cuba Tiers, developed for Cuba. And it's really designed to help travelers like us navigate Cuban resorts. And there's 3 different offerings. There's going to be Cuba Core, Cuba Classic, and Cuba Comfort. And so I'm kind of going to be discussing that in their videos.
It'll help travelers better navigate the kind or type of hotel you want to be at.
The kind of resorts that you're interested in. If you're a budget-minded traveler, if you're a higher-end traveler, or if you're like Jenny and I, and we just like to go to the Cuba classics of the world. We want the middle ground, and that's where we've been hiding out. So you're going to hear me talk a lot about that on their channel as well.
So I wanted to give a little shout out to Rides with Ron. He's saying he's been with us for over 3 years and a bit.
Really?
That's amazing.
So
we'll be able to check in this afterwards. And hey, Becky, thank you. She can't wait to continue watching, especially with Jenny. That's nice.
Yeah. So like that's where it's really important for us, especially as a Patreon page and as we grow. We did get involved with a Patreon page, but I really didn't want to do a Patreon page and then I have a major partnership agreement going on. I thought that's not really that cool.
Yeah, you did think that.
So for us, we're just going to do our partnership with Sunwing. And then once the partnership agreement or whatever, we're in between seasons, I will unveil the Patreon.
Yeah, we're working with our kids on that too. They're a huge help.
Yeah, so I just thought that would, I didn't like the fact of doing 2 things at once.
No, you're like that. You're very fair.
Yeah, I just don't like that.
It's good.
Morning,
travelers. Morning, Wayne. Okay.
Well, let's just talk about the wish list.
That's important. Wish list.
So Sunwing, actually, I had a meeting with them. Like I said, they said, why don't you ask your viewers what kind of a wish list that they'd want to see Finding Fish and the partnership go to? Like maybe mention a destination that you would really like to see. It could be Cuba, but it could be it could be an excursion that would really I want to see this type of excursion in Cuba. Like maybe it's Jeep Safari.
That would be good for
sunset.
Us too.
Yeah. Like just difference. I want you to think outside the box of things that you don't get to see on YouTube and people aren't doing it. Sunwing, actually, they came up to me and said, let's try something different. Let's do different things. So I thought that was really unique.
Yeah. So wish list, you can put it in this chat, like where you'd like to see us go in the Caribbean or what other parts of Cuba you'd like to see, and specifically what excursions you'd like us to see. The Jeep Safari was so cool in Holguin. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
So yeah, throw them in there, and Mike and I are going to make a list afterwards.
We'll sift through all this at the end of it, and we're going to figure it all out. And then so we can tailor the channel and live streams to finding out what you guys want and what you'd love to see. So the experience for everyone just becomes even more tailored and more insightful for upcoming travel.
And useful. Like we may as well use this.
Yeah, we want to make this a useful channel for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Now
let's talk about solo traveling.
So we comprised our list, just so you know, obviously from all the platforms we have of what people ask us most.
Yeah.
Okay. So this morning, solo traveling.
Yeah. And solo traveling, it does come up so often. And we're talking solo travel for women and for men. So I don't really like to talk about solo traveling for females because I'm not a female.
Right.
And I don't have that safety concern because I'm a male.
Right.
But Jenny travels solo all the time. So why don't you talk about that?
I will. So, and I know lots of women reach out to me. I actually joined a Facebook group that was women solo traveling. So that's a great platform if you're looking for more
and Jill's just chimed in. She's a solo traveler.
Yeah. So I love Cuba for solo travel because I just feel very safe there. I've never had an issue. I've met up with other women that are solo, and I did that by just, you go to get your morning coffee, kind of scope the crowd, and other women kind of acknowledge if you're on your own, you look around, and I've had some great times. Mike and I both in our chat this morning talked about, like, if you're a solo traveler, what is it like when you reach out to us? What is it you're seeking? Because when I solo travel, I'm purely seeking peace and quiet. But you might be solo traveling for a completely different reason. So when you reach out to us, try to include that. Like I'm solo traveling, but I want to meet up with lots of people. I want to be busy.
Good time. Yeah.
I want to go on an excursion. I want to be able to do stuff. Or are you seeking, I need some quiet. I need to get away for a few days. And where would you recommend? So based on kind of what you're looking for, that would give us more information.
Also touching on that fact, because we actually talked about that with first-time travelers.
Yes.
Because first-time travelers always reach out, and they reach out on platforms and say, I'm a first-time traveler. Where should I go? If you're a first-time traveler, what do you want to do
Yes,
is probably
thing.
the best thing
Yeah.
to do in your description.
Yeah.
I'm a first-time traveler. I'm looking for a quiet resort, a busy resort. Are you looking to hang out at family resorts? Are you seeking a partnership? Are you seeking to read books and chill out? That will help us.
Just from the chat, yes, David is like, single supplement. Sometimes it's not offered totally, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And Jill, yep, she has no choice but to be a solo traveler. She's a widow, and you want to see the world. I get it. And Jill, maybe in the chat you can put where the places that you've gone to. I never had a problem. I have always felt safe in Cuba. Now,
because that's so true. Because I'm a male traveler and I go to a lot of places and I run into a lot of people, I think this for solo travelers really helps. Really nicely lit, bright resorts at nighttime. And for ease of walking and to feel safe going from the lobby bar, no matter what time, and you're going home.
Back to your room.
So you're going through hallways, elevators that are really lit up, stairways that are really lit up and flat. For me, that's a must. Because some of the older resorts are not really that lit up.
Yeah.
But if we tell them, guess what? Things happen and they start to light things up as they start to modernize resorts.
And I feel like, that's really changed over the last decade, because we've been to some resorts from past.
You can't see where you're going.
Oh my goodness. You really couldn't.
Yeah.
It was dark. And now when we travel, we really notice the lighting, especially at night. So that's one thing to look for.
I also find that I see a lot of solo travelers at adults only resorts, whether it's the Royaltons, Blau, the Amelia International. People go to those kind of resorts, I think, because they're really more established, like the international, but they're going to the level. Because I think I think there's just a tighter knit group sometimes at these adults only. They're smaller bunches of people, but you have to remember when you're going to those, Canadians really do a good job at looking after Canadians. Yeah. So if they realize you're a solo traveler, you get included into dinners, and I as well get included all the time.
Yeah.
Or a coffee, or have a cerveza with a select bunch of people. So that's one thing I enjoy going as a solo traveler to adults only resorts, because I think you just mesh in a lot quicker with more adults.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What other thing we were talking about?
Well, lots of people are putting things in the chat, so that's perfect, about where they've been solo and places to check out.
And there's a lot of information going through this feed. Wow, unbelievable.
It's great though. It's a good source. And I mean, the one thing that keeps coming up is not all places offer single occupancy.
So I just went to the Memories Trinidad Del Mar in Trinidad, and one of the reasons why that's such a popular resort, because they offer the single occupancy after November. Okay. So one thing that Cuba really does a good job, it's usually that deadline is around October, and maybe other resorts go well into November, like Trip in Keokoko, where they offer the single supplement. But after that, they charge about a 20 or 30% more charge, right? They have to, because it's their prime season.
Yeah.
So we can start comprising a list of those resorts that offer the single supplement all the time, because it really does help out when it says it's $8.99 and you just pay the $8.99, you know, or whatever the price is nowadays. Does that work for everyone for solo?
I think
and if
so.
There's more questions, we can just compile it and we can make it even better.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to quickly talk about tipping.
Tipping comes up every day. Every day someone's asking us about it.
And I know a lot of people here they know tipping.
You know tipping, so we'll keep it brief.
This is what I'm going to say. People always say, should I bring US or Canadian? Bring both.
Sure.
Don't bring coins. Coins don't really work, but I have a theory on how you can work with coins. Say you bring a $5 bill or a $10 bill, and that's all you had. You didn't want to pay in coins. Ask to buy $5 for the coins off of them. Take 4 coins for your morning coffee or whatever you feel, and leave the 1 coin behind. So you got 4 coins, they got a $5 bill, everyone wins.
So true.
And then at the very end of it, bring an extra 20 and buy all the coins back.
Yeah.
Or 50. People bring hundreds of dollars, and I bring hundreds of dollars and buy coins back. And I fill my truck as soon as I get back into my hometown.
Yeah.
Because coins don't go bad in Canada, but they do go bad there, because coins can't be taken to their bank.
Right. So they're just constantly playing that game of trying to get rid of them.
Yeah. So if you want just to use Canadian currency, use your 10, go for dinner. If you want to leave 2 or 3 or 4 coins, just say, do you have change for a 10 in coins? And then there you go. That kind of helps get rid of the coins.
Okay. Stephanie, my friends, and I love your videos. We are a younger crowd. We would love to see you find and review more lively resorts for younger crowds, like Flamenco. They have fun parties and entertainment. Yeah. And you may see more of that coming when we bring our kiddos.
Totally.
Yeah. Because they'll like that idea.
Yeah, totally. Now, when we go to resorts and you see me making videos, and sometimes I don't show the entertainment, it's not because I don't want to show the entertainment, because it's going to be a copyright and I'm going to have issues with YouTube.
Yeah.
That's why I don't usually show it.
Yeah.
You can get away with that on Facebook, but I'm not allowed to play by those rules for what we do. It's a different set of rules. And I don't know how people on Facebook can film other people, because sometimes if I'm going to a resort, I don't want to be filmed in a bathing suit. You know what I'm saying? So I actually have to.
It's true. And you also talked, I think, a little bit about filming kids, and
I can't film kids.
So lots of times I can see a comment, where are all the people? Well, we're just trying to be respectful and not include people in videos that they don't want to be in. Now,
that being said, I've been getting written consent from the resorts that I go to be able to film employees, because sometimes resorts don't want me filming employees and putting it on YouTube. So I do get written consent forms saying that the general manager of the resort said, yeah, it's okay to film any of my employees at the resort.
Right.
But I still will try to keep people out of them, unless they're back shots and are away shots and there's no facial shots and the people are not in bikinis, or suits.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Joe is saying entertainment is pretty much the same in most resorts. It is. Yeah, it is. Some resorts have some really great entertainment. We were a place one time, I can't even remember where, they did entertaining in the pool.
Yeah, Joe says the same thing. 7 days in paradise.
Yeah. Good question.
Where's the newest destination? I'm going to be going to Holguin, leaving Saturday. 7 days in paradise.
We've had Mike home for a little bit. It's kind of strange.
Yeah, we're both sick though.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I can't. Maybe you can hear it in our voice, but someone wants to know if we're both in education. I've mentioned before, I am not Mike.
I'm retired now.
Not a former teacher. No,
I'm not.
No.
Let's quickly talk about. Is there any other questions that we could go over here?
Yeah.
Well, let's quickly. I just want to finish off with entertainment, because it is high season. Entertainment is on the go constantly at resorts, so you don't have to worry about going to a resort and there's no entertainment. Unless you're going to a resort that's really quiet, but I've even gone to the small resorts and they're busy.
Yeah.
I have a question though for you. Do you like to hear music at resorts, at the pool area and at the beach area?
Right.
And what time do you think the music should start at these resorts, and what time do you think it should end? Because I have a lot of people constantly saying, we won't name resorts, but sometimes the music starts at 9 and it goes till 6 and it's blasting through the resorts and it's not even Cuban.
All day, yeah.
What are your thoughts of music at resorts? I really want to know about that.
And you had a good point. At the pool and at the beach. We'd love to know your thoughts.
Joe writes in right now, no music at the beach. I actually quite like that. Or music at the beach from select time is from 11 to 1. And then everyone gets their little party going on. And then we just sit around and we chill out, listen to the waves. And if you want to party, maybe go back to the pool for a while. But I really want to hear all this. AC.
Cuba Phil's here.
Hi, Cuba Phil.
Welcome.
Cuba Phil, I just reached out to him the other day. Cuba Phil's been to Cuba more than 150 times. I think he maybe said even more than that. I want to say a shout out to Cuba Phil. He is an OG of Cuba.
Yeah, he is.
That guy has been in Cuba forever, and he's only been saluting Cuba, and of course his love for Trip. That's his go-to resort. But he also goes to a lot of other resorts because Cuba Phil is a travel agent. But if you ever are looking to run into Cuba Phil, you're going to find him at Trip. Anyway.
I just want to talk. Some people, and we talked about this last night, some people are saying they don't mind the music, but they don't want modern music. And we've talked about that. If I'm in Cuba, I'd love to hear the Cuban music, right? Anyway, thanks for the chats. Went to Cuba the first time. Some people just reaching out to say they've been following us for a long, long time. That's awesome. What I dislike is people with their portable speakers blasting. I agree. They bring it and then...
I think the portable speaker is going to be really hard to get away from because people are on their holiday too.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to do a portable speaker, this is just my theory. Go down the way with your lounger to maybe where there's not a lot of people,
Yeah.
and put your tunes on.
Yeah.
Or that's where Jenny and I go to get away from tunes. It's really hard nowadays because in high season, everybody wants to do what they want to do because they paid to come.
Yeah.
But I think everyone just really needs to be respectful.
To experience something different. That's the problem, right?
So, but I really want to hear about the music things.
There's lots of people chiming in, so it's good.
Hearing the Titanic for the millionth time. No boom boom music.
Yeah,
okay.
No boom boom.
Totally
and someone
agree.
actually just suggested it would be nice if it was just in the lobby, some music, and then you could go away from it. But
totally agree. But I think that's a great thing to bring up because as I go to resorts, I'm going to start mentioning more about resorts that are quiet.
Yeah, that's
for
a good
people like Jenny and I. Like we love to have a fun time, but we also want to go and enjoy the resort for what it is. And that's sometimes on a Sunday morning. I don't want to hear tunes blasting at 10 o'clock in the morning. I want to have my coffee, check out the resort, and chill out.
We've been to some resorts where the music is going all night.
Yeah. And then the weed whackers going too at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Yeah. I think Sunday is the time for Caesar Sunday and chill out time. That's my personal opinion.
It is. I know. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Cultural music.
Let's talk about merch.
Merch. I just want to say, I know I've been repetitive, but thank you to everyone who was so patient waiting for their t-shirts to arrive. And if you haven't received your t-shirt yet, reach out to me. But most people have gotten back to me and their t-shirts finally arrived after that huge Canada Post delay. So we really appreciated you waiting it out. As a small business, it would have been a disaster for us to refund. And
it really worked out. So they're getting there. They're not lost. And we were assured that they weren't lost. So they're getting there. And I would think by the end of next week, they should all be there.
The next question everyone's asking is, when is the next merch dropping? And it's going to drop soon. We're putting in an order. And the best way is to check out our Facebook page because I'll drop it there and then you'll shoot me a message. Now, there are a few people who have reached out. I've tried to keep up, but please send me messages if you're looking for that. And then we also had a couple of questions for merch. Like many women have reached out to me saying they'd love to see a little tank top.
What color, white or black?
What color, white or black? And would you like the emblem on the front or would you like a smaller one maybe on the back in the center?
And then one other quick one. This is my last shirt. I didn't sell the shirt.
It's actually sold.
Was it sold?
It is sold. She's, I think, picking it up this week. But
sorry, sold. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's a medium, and I think it's sold. But Mike and I did some brainstorming. You know, there's all kinds of ways we could go. We could go with hats. We can go with beach bags. But one thing that Mike and I both do is journal, and we've been journaling for a long time, especially journaling about our travels, and so have our kids. So we thought maybe people would be interested in a Finding Fish travel journal and something that I'd be able to ship in the mail. So just wanted to
This is one of the businesses I was involved with a long time ago.
Yeah.
We made journals, and Jenny and I love to journal.
So these are they're beautiful. They're Italian leather, I think.
Yeah, these are actually made in Italy, these journals.
Yeah.
And that was one of the businesses I was involved with.
If you think you'd be interested in a travel journal, you keep things like phone numbers, business cards, places you've been, restaurants you want to remember, all those kinds of
locations that you went to that you really enjoyed.
Yeah.
The taxi's phone number. I put business cards in here. Yep. I put all my travel documents in must remembers because when you leave 3 weeks later, you won't remember that special name.
Postcard, really, we've done some cool things in the past. But anyway, reach out to us and let us know. And logo on the front. Yep.
It'd be Finding Fish logo on the front. And I actually could do a tip-in page with that where it gives a list of just must knows, and that could be done as well. But anyway,
lots of people are all over the place. They like black, they'd like white, they'd like pink tank top. So
pink, that'd be cool.
Yeah, pink would be cool. I love pink. That'd be cool. It's my favorite color.
So that's off the charts. So
and logo on the back would be cool. Baseball hat always come in handy, and love the journals. Okay, so just keep let us know what you think about that.
Let's talk about Trinidad. That video's coming out. Those videos are coming out right now because I was just there.
Yeah.
And I think I have a couple of more videos coming out on 3-star resorts or Cuba Core.
Yeah.
Now, Trinidad is a different area, and we haven't been getting that much traction at these resorts. I think it's because it's not what people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you tell us, is Trinidad been on your radar?
Yeah.
I want to know that.
It seems like not. It seems like a slower place.
It seems like a slower place. I think it's more a cultural destination. You're immersing yourself into Trinidad, the waterfalls, you're going into the mountains, the valley. That's for that type of traveler.
Yeah.
It's not really, it is a beach destination, but it's not a Santa Maria, Cabo Coco, Veradero destination.
Lots of people are, I shouldn't say lots. Joe's saying it, yes, but far from the airport. And you had a solution to that.
I want to mention this because I think the issue is there's 2 airports. You can fly into Santa Clara, or Sunwing flies into Santa Clara, and they also fly into Cienfuegos. I flew into Cienfuegos. It was a later afternoon flight. I believe I landed around 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But I'm a night flyer. I'd rather, like, if I fly at nights, I want to fly there at night and I want to fly home at night so I don't lose a full day. And I always like traveling at night because I can't get my room anyway if I'm an early traveler. So that's my preference. Yeah. But if you fly into Cienfuegos, it's only an hour and 10, hour and 20 minutes to the hotel area. I believe that's without traffic at night because there's not as much cars.
Yeah. So I'm just reading the responses. Some people are saying like it, but doesn't have a great beach and far to get to. So maybe if you only have 1 holiday or 2 holidays, maybe it's not going to be your choice.
I totally respect that and I understand it.
Yeah.
I think people are going there for culture. You're going there to snorkel if you're a snorkeler, because right out of in Milea, Trinidad Peninsula, you get the reef right there. You bring your snorkel, your mask, your fins, and away you go. Okay. Good Trinidad.
To know. And
more historic. Cuba Phil chimes in with that. Way more historic.
Yeah.
It's a backpacker's paradise, actually, that place.
Cabo Coco, the best I've been was Memories Flamenco. It's one of my faves. I can't even remember who, but someone asked up above about, have we ever thought, and this came up in our last live, have we ever thought about planning a trip for subscribers? Yeah, we have thought about it, actually.
So I have thought about it. And now that I'm doing a partnership with Sunwing, that might be something to consider because they might take me more seriously. Like if I can fill a plane and we can pick a time and we can pick a resort, the only issue is going to be is Jenny and her schedule. So it's going to have to be, I think, in shoulder season. It can't be in high season.
No.
It's going to have to be in a season that works for the majority of us all. And I can fly anytime, but it's Jenny can't fly at any time.
And guys, I'd want to be there for sure.
Yeah, Jenny needs to be there. I need to be there. And if we're doing it, we're doing 7 days. Like, because then we can do, you can go do excursions, you can go and do things and have a good holiday and still chill out.
A lot of fun.
It would be chill out time. So we'll think about that.
Jenny, retire already.
But we need to discuss, that'll have to be morphed, and that will take a bit of time because I just can't call up Sunwing and say, hey, can we go tomorrow?
Yeah. But a lot of people saying they'd be all over that. That would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. It'd be
fun.
We'll
write that down for sure.
Yep.
So the next topic is, I'm heading to Holguin on Saturday. I don't know what resort I'm going to yet. Yeah. But I'll find that out this week.
Yeah.
But I might be going, there's an island there that everyone talks about going. You have to do this catamaran tour to a certain island. If anyone's ever been to that island.
Are you doing that?
I might be doing that. That might be really interesting to see if I can do that. Anyway, you let us know if that, because we're all about beaches too, right? And islands. So I want to see beaches, sunset, palm trees.
All of it.
We want to see it all. So hopefully that's going to happen next week.
Yeah. I was going to try to get going on that one and I just couldn't make it work. That's too bad.
And then the following week after that, I think I'm going to Dominican. I'm pretty sure it's happening.
A different destination for us. So we're definitely going to want to hear how you feel about it. And if you've been to Dominican, Mike has been to Dominican.
Yeah.
I've never been.
There's going to be something really interesting about this because I'm going to a place.
Yes.
That's where I started to travel, my very first experience ever on an airplane. And I'm going back to that resort. So for me, this is just really crazy.
Come full circle.
It's come full circle.
I actually got chills when you told me that. And it was his grandparents who took him, which was pretty significant.
I was 16 years old. We went to Dominican for 3 weeks and they took me to a resort. And that's where I'm going to be going, I think. I think. So for me, it's going to be like, I've been there in 35 years. So when I was in Sosua, when I was 16-year-old, eating spaghetti in a hut. I'm going to be going back, and
Yes.
there's going to be major changes for me. That's probably going to blow my mind.
Yeah.
Punta Cana resorts are big. Okay.
Do you ever take your adventures to Jamaica? We've been to Jamaica, but we haven't been in a while, so you never know.
What resort did we go to in Jamaica?
We went
to a Swept Aways.
The Swept Away
on 7 Mile Beach.
I would call it 12 Mile, 7 Mile.
It's 7 Mile. That's actually beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, but we haven't been back.
We haven't been back.
Because we really just kept going back to Cuba.
Well, and the reason why we kept going back to Cuba is because it was just so much more affordable.
Yeah, totally.
Don't get me wrong. We had a great time when we went. But when you can go to Cuba twice for what you pay sometimes right now to go to these islands, financially it just made more sense for us. Someone's asking, do you know what resort you're going to in Dominican? I don't think you know yet, do you? Or do you? I don't know. I'll find out this week. Yeah. You would love it. I'm trying to think of who it was. I'm sorry, I read quickly, but someone on here asked that if we do a trip, a subscriber trip or a fan trip, that we would consider singles to go. And of course we would. Obviously. Yeah, we wouldn't do a couples only. Ever. No, it's not going to be couples only. So it has to be based on everybody. It has to have the single supplement. That's going to be like, those are non-negotiables. Non-negotiables. Like it has to work for every traveler. We need to include everybody. Yeah, we're not, it's going to be everyone is welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the way we operate. It is totally. And then we talked about subscriber OGs. So we've talked about that. So that's going to be more helpful. Than, if you've joined us from the beginning or you feel like you've been with us for a really long time, we just want to know, right? Would you do now for that? No single supplement. So those are pretty much everything that we really wanted to discuss. Yeah. Now it's open for question time. Yeah. What do you have for questions that you'd want to have answered? Because I know a lot of people come here looking to have questions answered about maybe upcoming travel, or you just got back. And that's one thing that we love about this forum. A lot of people are traveling right now and they're giving us real-time feedback, like we said in the last live stream. Yeah. And resorts are doing well. People are having a good time. There's great food offerings and people are disappointed. They're having a good time and they're sharing their photos and their experiences with us. So, okay, I'm going to start with poor Judy's getting 20 to 30 centimeters of snow tonight. Judy, I feel for you right now. I'm sorry. Judy. I'm sorry for you. But Stephanie would like to know, are we going back to Cayo Coco, and what was the best resort besides Flamenco and Caribe? Well, I've not been to another one there. So Mike, what do you feel? In Cayo Coco? Is Trip there? No. I've been to Trip. Yeah. Trip's an older resort, but they have a good, steady clientele base there. And if you're looking to have a really good time, and if you're a single, well, a lot of people go to Trip, and Trip has a beautiful beach. Donna, we could not recommend a restaurant in Havana. Unfortunately, we've not really been out for dinner in Havana. No. It's on our list. But in Cayo Coco also, Flamenco's on the upswing again. They're putting lots of money into it. They're renovating it. It's coming along. You've got Memories Caribe. People are having a fantastic time. It's on an amazing beach. You've got Malea. Malea, yeah. The Malea, Cayo Coco. I think it's a 4.5 star or higher. People have a great time at that resort. We actually have been there, but not for a long time. There's Jardin del Rey, but I haven't been there. But people say they have a great time. It's in a really nice beach area there. It's broken from the breeze, from the wind, but low tide is fantastic. Yeah, Joe is saying Malea Cayo Coco is amazing. So there you go. And we were there 15 years ago. We haven't been back. No, we haven't been back. Del Rey, okay. Joe, I can't read his comment, but I saw it. We won't read that. Let's see. When we went to Grand Memories. Heading to Coral on Saturday. Heading to Coral. Which one are you going to, Karen? Are you going to Cayo Paradon, or is Cayo Paradon Coral? No, Esmeralda. You're going to Esmeralda? Yep. Grand Muthu. Thank you, Chris. Right now, the weather in Cuba has been really good compared to my Veradero trip. And when I'm going to Holguin, it's actually quite a lot farther down. So I think it's like 3 to 4 degrees warmer. That's why a lot of people migrate down to that area. And if you're from Ontario, we used to be able to go to Cayo Largo, where it's really warm down there as well. So that's why people go that way. What do you think to Malea? I haven't been to the Malea Veradero. I'm sorry. That's right beside the International, and it's in between, like, I think Sol, Palmeras, I think, that whole area. I haven't been to that one. Yeah. But a lot of people have a good time there. I get a lot of good feedback of people enjoying that place. It's on a great stretch of beach.
Yeah. Chris is asking, travel for LGBT in Cuba. There's Grand Muthu, Rainbow. Any other recommendations? And Joe responded, which is what I was going to say. They're mostly all LGTB friendly, but someone can add some comments if you've been to another place.
Do you know, I find too is, I think every place is so friendly and accommodative to anybody.
I think they are very
even
open.
the Starfish in Cuatro Palmas and Veradero.
Yep.
You know, people are just good, friendly people, minding their own business, wanting to have a great time, being in their space.
I find them they're not judgmental people
at all, especially
we've met all sorts of people,
especially in Cuba.
Yeah,
people go with the flow. They just they're there to experience their own, and they don't worry about what's going on around them.
No, I agree.
Karen is going to the Esmeralda. You're gonna have a great time. I did a walking tour of the coral level. I believe it's called Esmeralda. Small boutique resort, very quiet, beautiful beach, great dining area, easy to navigate, good pools, and a good 24-hour.
Are travel videos a good niche for new channels? You seem to rule the Cuban videos.
For a niche?
I don't know.
I think so.
I think so, but I mean, there are a lot out there.
There's a lot out there. It's a very hard business to get into, I'm going to tell you.
Yes.
Because this only survives on consistency, being friendly, kind, getting information that people want, and to be able to go through the ups and downs of YouTube. Like in the summer months, people aren't putting in, where should I go to in Cuba right now?
That's right. And
so
then
it's a vicious business.
Link it to someone else that how can we afford to travel so much? And that's part of it. Like, it's costly.
It's a very costly business.
It's costly to do this.
So when we do a partnership agreement or you do branding deals, that's how people survive in this industry.
Right.
You need to be able to do a branding deal, affiliate branding deals.
Yeah.
I have there's other things on the go that you might not know about, but that just helps you out to keep this going, because all this in this studio and when we travel costs money.
It costs money.
And when I have a camera that malfunctions when I'm trying to make an underwater video, I bear that brunt of that cost. And that can be disappointing, especially when you need a camera. Now, I wasn't able to film what I really wanted to.
No. Let's have a finding fish party. And Rod, I think, is also the person who said we should have finding fish Bubba cups with finding fish.
Bubba cups, eh?
Subscribers join you at a resort you're visiting could be fun. Yep.
I run into subscribers all the time.
It's hard for us to let you know ahead of time because we don't travel that way. Mike is a lot of last minute. He's finding out or looking at deals last minute. So it's hard for us to let people know where we're going.
And now that I'm in a partnership with Sunwing, now I'm with them in collaboration. And so like we just spoke and we're just finishing off the details now. So I won't even know about the details. And then I'm getting on a plane in 3 days. In 2024, when I paid for absolutely everything myself, I would come home, send everything to YouTube, take 2 or 3 days off, and then I'd be on a Thursday flight because it was a really good deal. Yeah. So sometimes I don't know because it's not booked in advance.
No. Someone just said, Kelsey, we're finally here in Veradero and have had such a great week.
Oh, nice. Was the weather awesome? I want to know about that.
Awesome. Our personal taxis.
Richard, congrats on the collab. Thank you. That's awesome.
Richard. Stephanie would like to know, are personal taxis and transfers safe?
Yes, they are.
Very safe there.
I've been getting a lot, like the last couple of weeks, I've been taking a lot of personal transfers. They're so professional. You don't have to worry. The prices are pretty much regulated, give or take $10. You can probably negotiate $10 down, but they're going to get you to and from. This is their livelihood. This is their business. They only want to have great reviews about what they have done because that's just how they survive.
Tammy's saying, be clear, ask the price before you get in, for sure.
Totally. Always ask the price. How much is it going to be? And for how many people? And is that American or Canadian funds?
Yeah.
That's one thing I always ask.
Good morning, Kirk. And Rob, thank you. Just saying that he loves our channel. Thanks so much.
Yeah, totally. Any other questions about that aspect? Arriving in Veradero, have beers, classic. Convertible. Oh yeah.
If you're taking, true. We used to do that all the time.
Yeah, taking the classic convertible with a couple of cervezas. Yeah. Life is good. Life is good. People should go to Cuba for the food.
No.
But people shouldn't go to Cuba for the food. But I'm gonna say, I've been to 3-star, 4-star. I've been to all of them lately. And I have to say the food quality, even at some of the Star Quattro Palmas, and if anyone's watching and has just been there recently,
yeah,
I have nothing to grumble about for the price that I paid and for what I received.
Yeah.
I was actually pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. We've talked about food so much.
Yeah. Now prices right now have gone up because it's just supply and demand. There's only so many flights going to a destination and everyone's fighting for that flight or that package deal.
There is always something.
And so that's just the way it goes. But don't forget, I saw deals at the end of February, and now people are sending me deals for 7 days for $1,000 or less in right after March break. So there are deals out there. It just depends on when you can go.
Ms. B, in your travels, which airport in Cuba do you find the most efficient? I don't know. I find them all the same.
I'm going to say this about the airports. There's sometimes they're hard to navigate. If 2 flights come in at the same time,
it's busy.
It's busy.
Yeah.
It's busy. So I that's just the way it is. And for me to go through an airport, because I'm a YouTuber now, sometimes it takes me longer. If you've ever seen me go through an airport, get pulled aside, they want to see what's in my bag sometimes just because I've been there so often. So sometimes it slows me down.
Yeah, there was another question in here, but
April deals $950 to $1,100. Joe just posted that.
That's great.
See, there's deals out there.
Yep.
You just have to start sifting. And if you see that deal for $950 to $1,100, I think that's very reasonable. I'd be press and enter.
Yeah.
If that's in your price range and budget, go for it. I make videos last year in April, May, June. The weather is beautiful down there. And if the weather's crappy here, those prices will eliminate because retirees will hop on those flights.
You know what? I missed it, but someone asked earlier, do you find if you're going to southern Cuba warmer? Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Hogan's going to be 4 degrees warmer, and I'm going to make an update video next week when I'm there, giving you exactly what the water temperature is, the air temperature.
You're going to get in?
I might get in. I went into the ocean last week.
Yeah, you did. Someone also asked, could you sway Sunwing to head back to Cayo Largo? People love Cayo Largo.
People love Cayo Largo. This is what I'm thinking.
You just can't get there.
I'm actually might even just take the train, the Via, out of Oshawa, head up to Montreal, and fly down. I'm going to see how much that's going to.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm going to see how much that's going to cost.
Because they fly out of Montreal.
Yeah, I think this is my personal opinion. I just don't think that there's been the demand for Cayo Largo. Yeah. That's just my personal opinion. Because if there was the demand there, I'm sure Sunwing would fly there. I'm sure they would.
Sam, why don't you go to Jamaica? Why always Cuba? Well, short reason is because Cuba is our niche and where our subscribers are loving us, and we just have been building that up. But now that we have like a great subscriber base, we will venture out. But also, we love Jamaica. I love the food. We had a great
everything's
time
beautiful.
There. Yeah.
It was just Jamaica was starting to get way more expensive, and it was we were getting priced out of it. Like, we are avid travelers, so Jenny and I always want to work less and travel more. And when we were pricing out Jamaica, it was like, wow,
yeah,
that was getting up there.
Yeah.
So, and they can command those prices.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that really love Jamaica.
Yeah.
And they have islands that they pick and they go to time after time.
Just like I think in every place, right? You find a place and you love
find your island
and you return to it. And it's easier. We used to say that, like, once you find a place, you spend less time trying to figure a place out the next time you go.
That's right.
Right? So I know that people do that.
And we're all based, and a lot of people here watching and us. When we go to a resort, I'm not going to search out the worst that the resort has to offer.
No.
We're going to figure out what the best is for us. And that's why a lot of people go back to resorts, because they already know the imperfections. They're not hanging out at the imperfections. No. They're going why they have that connection. They know their coffee spot. They know where they're going to have dinner. They know the sunset view that they're going to have.
That's right.
Everyone realizes what works for them when they go to resorts. That's why there's such a high return rate at some of these resorts, like Memories Caribe and Onward. And the trips of the world. Nice. Cuba Phil's hotspot. Because people love to go back. It's either for a connection, hanging out with a bunch of people that they really enjoy, where they're having their Spanish coffee in the morning, like I know Cuba Phil would love to do. And he's got all his people that he loves to travel with. And it fits their price point because they can do it 5 times a year or more.
Yeah. Okay. So I've
7
got
Days in Paradise,
I've
happy
got to
place.
answer. Lots of them asking where can they go with less wind so that it's easier to get into the ocean this time of year, because it's hard to get in when it's windy. You feel colder. Lots of people asking that.
Well, I don't know. Like, I know Memories Carib. It's like, it's that peninsula.
Yeah.
Kind of breaks off some of the wind. So
yeah,
right now it is wind. It has been windy down there lately, but it's because of the time of year, I believe. Jardin del Rey, it's probably totally blocked from the wind because it's in that cove. You just have to really go onto apps like Windy. Check the Windy app. See where you're going in the location. See what the wind direction is.
That's a great idea.
And Craig Foxworthy showed me that app at Trip when I was with Cuba Phil.
That's fun. Do you sign T-shirts if requested?
Absolutely.
Sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And just tell me where you'd want it signed, in the lower or whatever.
Yeah.
100%. Because people love that. And so do I. I got a hat from a guy.
Hey, buddy. Travel group, but still people onto the travel group. We're going to look at
this. Came from England, and it's a motocrosser. A guy travels around the world.
Yeah.
And he signs a hat for me, and they sent it to me.
And that's when we first started watching YouTube.
So I will cherish that hat because I really have a lot of respect for that YouTuber. Yes. And because I have just fans. Like I'm a fan of other people too. So
that's true. Joe is saying wind is good because there's no bugs. That's why I like wind, Joe.
100%.
But I understand some people don't like the wind. But
wind can be annoying when it's constant and it's relentless.
Yeah.
But you don't have the no-see-ums, flies, or mosquitoes.
That's true. 7 Days in Paradise.
Playa Pesquero.
Jamaica's our happy
Ghost
place.
Viper likes the Playa Pesquero. We stayed in the premium section. It's right beside Flamenco.
I like Dan and Julie. You're our top fans. Thank you. And they want to know, are you bringing me to the Iberstar Anchinoches?
You know what?
Do they have bathrobes?
Well,
they want to know.
That's a beautiful stretch of beach. There's 2 beaches there, and Jenny is owed a trip there. And if we're going there, we're also going to spend a couple of days at the coral level there. I believe it's called, where you get the little houses with the hot tub.
I saw that video, Mike. I saw that video. You said you were bringing me there.
My defense is I haven't, like, it's been nonstop, and now that I'm doing a partnership with Sunwing, I don't really pick anything. We just collaborate on it.
Yeah.
But Jenny is definitely owed that trip, and the Starfish trip.
Yeah, I want to go to Starfish. I just want to sit
Jenny
on
wants
that little beach in that little cabin.
Yeah, totally.
That's what I want to do. Simple, but
in
the beach
Guillermo.
looks incredible. What is the watch you wear? I really like it. Sophia.
Did you guys go to the selections in Veradero? No, but I have a lot of people ask me about that. And I believe that is supposed to be a beautiful resort.
Okay.
I believe you're referring to the Iberostar selections Veradero. That was from Steve.
Ron is saying the 600 to 800 Cuban vacations are over. Maybe for now, for sure, because we're...
No, but as soon as they come back, Finding Fish, those will be sponsored by me only. Whenever you ever see a price, that's my video, because I want to get those deals because I want to show you.
Yeah.
Now, someone just chimed in, the Los America. That's on my wish list.
The Los America?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have I ever been to the Los America in Veradero? No, I want to go there. But sometimes when I was pricing, it was just out of my budget. And because it wasn't in shoulder season when I could make it. But I want to go there because I love that area.
Thank you, Wendy and Jim.
And then someone chimed in, I think it was Joe, which Starfish? Starfish in Guillermo. It's got a fantastic beach. It's a 3-star. It's an old resort, but the beach is beautiful, and Jenny and I love to go beach walking, and we'll have a couple cervezas and we'll enjoy it.
And I tend to like those older resorts. That's my style.
7 Days in Paradise. I miss those deals. Those deals are going to start coming back. You just start watching right after Easter weekend. Those deals will start coming, but us retirees that are all watching, they'll be hopping on those flights. And people always think, oh, why would you go in April, May, June? People will get away just to get away. Yeah. And when you can get a fantastic deal, cheaper than what you can go to Toronto for, that's why people go.
And we talked about maybe doing a little series of summer travel.
We are going to do a series in summer travel. Yeah. I just was going to mention it. But we're going to actually, I think we're going to call it Cottaging in Cuba.
Yeah.
Showing you the price that you can go to Cuba for in the summer months and the cost breakdown versus renting in Ontario.
A cottage.
Which we love to hang out in Ontario. But if we can go somewhere like dirt cheap, we're going to make those videos and just let us know if you'd be interested in seeing that.
Yeah.
And I might even talk to Sunwing to see if they want to do a collaboration on that. We call it cottaging in Cuba.
Gail wants to know if you've been to the Melilla and Veradero. Yeah.
Melilla.
Haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I've been to the International.
That's the
and
one
I've been to
of.
Los Antilles. I've been to other Melillas, but I haven't been to Melilla Veradero.
Okay.
It's right in their whole, like that's that one chain. It's all the Melillas.
All right. Well, it's a place that we're going to have to check out.
Isabel, I would definitely be interested in that. July and August in Cuba is amazing. Absolutely agree.
I love it.
August is extremely hot. And people are going to chime in about this. Canadians don't usually travel to Cuba in July, August. People from all over the world do. German, people from South America, that's their big time travel season to come up. So I know we think, oh, it's too hot, but people come from other destinations, the Czech Republic, Eastern Europe. They all come to Cuba, and Cuba is busy some places in August.
Yeah. I'd love to see a video of the
you went to the Selections Veradero. Okay. I meant this to say the Selections Veradero.
Considering September, October.
It's cheaper to go to Cuba than Costco.
Yes.
Isn't that sad?
That's true in this house.
That's sad, right? The Costco runner Cuba. Do a comparison video. I went to.
We could do that.
Lots of Eastern Euros.
36 times. Wow, lots. Most luxurious.
I met you. Cuba. I met at the Memories Trinidad. Ron. I met
a guy who's been there 36 times.
Yeah. Wow, at Memories Trinidad.
Yeah, like we say, right? You find your spot that you love, and then you just want to keep going back. And
I can see why the Memories Trinidad
yeah.
is on people's radar. It's cheap and cheerful, first of all, and you get the single supplement, and then you can go into town. There's a cave, I guess, in that area where people like to go to on a hill, and they party. It starts at 11 o'clock at night, and it is a very popular place to go.
Okay, most luxurious resorts in Cuba. Stephanie would like to know.
Well, Melilla, I think so far in 2025, Melilla International level is going to be up there. Wow. It is fantastic. Not just my room, but the whole level area is gorgeous. The level area at Melilla Trinidad Peninsula, the level area there, adults only, beautiful.
Yeah.
So those are two spots right now that I've been to. And even if I go back all of 2024, they're way up there. They're gorgeous, well managed, good food quality. And I think it's for people retired, just looking to have that next level experience, your special anniversary, wedding, special birthday. A lot of people go to those destinations for that.
Okay. A couple more questions.
What's the price right now for the crazy
what's with
expensive?
The high? Yeah. Well, because it's high season.
It's high season.
Yeah.
And the deals are over right now. So I think that's why, it's not to do with the airline. It's to do with what the resorts are. It's just, that's what it is. That's the reality. And I think that's how they make their money, because sometimes in the shoulder season, I don't know how they're making any money when it's $700 and you had to fly there, transfers, food.
Rob and Gail are both asking, can you advocate for them so that Sunwing would continue to fly out of the Maritimes, because they don't after April or so they can't get there in the summer direct.
Yeah, I would imagine. I can't speak for Sunwing, but what I would imagine is I think that maybe the planes are just not full, right? People are just busy doing gardening and stuff. So when it reaches a certain point where you can't, fund an aircraft to go somewhere, just a balance of just economics don't work out. I guess that's probably why they're not doing it, but I can't speak for them.
Ghost Viper's keeping track of the word fantastic. It is one of Mike's favorite words. I love it.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
It's usually amazing.
We're going to have a fantastic day today. Anyway, guys, I don't know. It's a good wrap up, maybe.
Yeah, totally. I'm just reading a couple of questions here. Is there any more questions? Did you find this valuable? Did you enjoy this experience? I won't be around for a little while, so we probably won't be doing another live feed, maybe for, I think, a month.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I won't be home.
Mike won't be home, and then we're going to be away.
We're actually flying to London, England. There's a story behind that. I'm working on getting my British passport.
Yes, he is.
And my British citizenship, because that's where my parents are from, my grandparents. So I'm working on that.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to London and create some content because we have a lot of English subscribers.
We do, yeah.
Crazy. So I have to go back there, and that's why we're heading back that way.
Yeah, we are. It's amazing. Thanks to both of you. I think people find this helpful. I mean, if there's another format, we're new to live stream, so we try to start out by telling you what we can talk about and share some of our information, and then we like to hear from you. But if there's a different format that you'd like, we'd love to hear your feedback.
Nick and Jody, thanks, Ghost Viper.
Thank
I just
you.
want to say thanks to everyone that chimes in. You give us your questions, and we get to like bring this together, and it works for everybody here. Yeah. And that's what I like to do it. Totally. And I just want to say thanks to everyone. Have a great cold Sunday in Canada. And if you're heading to Cuba soon, have a beer for me.
Yeah, and have a great time.
Yeah. Anyway, love to order a shirt. The shirts are going to be, like Jenny said, on the way.
Yeah, I'll post them on our Facebook page, and you can reach out to me. Send me a message.
Anyway, that's it. That's your Sunday. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
See you in the next video.
Bye.